Today is Safer Internet Day, and this morning we are looking at how a safer internet for our children could ultimately save their lives. This is a hard topic for parents to think about, but kids being on the internet means access to social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, X, and more.
And right now, these platforms are especially attractive for drug dealers because criminal drug networks are using social media to reach new victims. This includes selling deadly fake fentanyl and meth pills, often to unsuspecting teenagers, young adults, and even older Americans who think they're buying the real thing.
This morning, we want to bring Samuel Chapman into this conversation. Sadly, he knows all too well the dangers of social media. His son Sammy was just 16 when a drug dealer connected with him on Snapchat and gave him a counterfeit pill containing fentanyl. Sammy overdosed in his bedroom.
Samuel now joins us from California this morning. Samuel, we are truly sorry for your loss. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Thank you.
First, can you tell us about your son, Sammy, and what was he like?
Sammy was a wonderful kid. He was bright and strong. He was a football player. We caught him mining Bitcoin in his closet. He's a digital native like so many of our children and so unlike so many parents, and therein lies the problem.
Samuel, now we briefly talked about it just a bit ago, but what role did social media play in your son's death?
So a dealer reached out to my son on Snapchat, which it turns out is the dark web for children because the snaps disappear. So they think they can operate with impunity. And 75% of our children are on Snap, and they've collected there. So the criminals go there as well. And one of them offered my son something for free, a counterfeit drug, and delivered a lethal dose of fentanyl to our home after hours like a pizza. And we found him dead on the floor, almost 3 years to the day. Tomorrow is the 3-year anniversary of Sammy's passing.
I'm so sorry for your loss. We know you've continued the mission here to get the word out. Last week, you were one of 20 families that sat through the tech company CEO's testimony on Capitol Hill. How do you think that went?
Well, I like to think that it warned a lot of parents, and that's sort of what I'm about. So far, the powers that be haven't been very helpful. They like to say a lot and do little. Social media companies are the same, so we can't rely on our government or our lawmakers. It's been up to the parents to protect the kids and to warn the other parents about the dangers. 20 parents were just in my group. There were almost 100 of us in the audience holding up pictures of our lost children, getting a half-hearted apology from Mark Zuckerberg and Evan Spiegel. Those platforms are accessory to murder almost every day. I have no idea how those executives can sleep at night.
Now, you've actually had a one-on-one conversation with Snapchat's parent company, Snap, and are pursuing a lawsuit against them. Have they been receptive to these conversations?
No, they haven't. I mean, my wife and I were the last ones to speak to Evan Spiegel because we went public with what he said, which was he wouldn't allow for third-party safety software because he was worried about data privacy. They sell the data they collect on our children to advertisers so they can do targeting. And they didn't want that to cycle through another company. I told them that I thought that a child's privacy should be something bigger than that, and a parent should be in charge, and that Snapchat was standing in the way of that. So we've been pushing for Sammy's Law, which would require third-party safety software on any platform with children. And that would give parents visibility into any dangerous content that was on their child's devices. And, we're pushing for it in the Congress and even at the state level. But in the meantime, parents need to get the usernames and passwords for all their children's devices and platforms and check regularly.
And this is not something that parents should feel bad about, right? This is something that if it's on a device, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to monitor this. I'm going to be on top of this.
We still pay for those devices. it's really important that we parent a little bit harder than we're used to when it comes to online, and the kids will push back, but it's life or death now. Children are dying every day. 300 people a day are dying from fentanyl poisoning, and most of it's delivered online.
Samuel, thank you so much for all your work. Where can people get more information?
Go to sammyslaw.org and support the bill, please. We're pushing hard for change. It could be a lawsuit that we have against them with 65 families from California. If it's the law or the lawsuit, something's going to break through this year, and we're going to make those platforms safer.
And we are right behind you as well. Samuel Chapman, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.